Hello, this is Tony Heller from RealClimateScience.com. According to Cambridge University, the potential for climate change to end humanity is dangerously underexplored. Cambridge University also said the Arctic would be ice-free in 2015 and it was going to cause a methane catastrophe. I used to live in Oxford and I prefer to look at their actual data rather than Cambridge University's wild speculations. Oxford University shows that death rates from natural disasters of all types are down 95% over the last century. This includes all meteorological and climate events, drought, wildfires, storms, and flooding. Life expectancy around the world has doubled over the last century and is at an all-time high. Crop yields around the world have tripled over the last 60 years and are also at an all-time record high. Malnutrition has declined over the last 30 years and is at an all-time record low. 200 years ago, 90% of the world's population was living in extreme poverty. Now that number is only about 10%. Illiteracy is also down from 90% to a record low of 15%. NASA says that Earth has gotten much greener over the last 35 years as carbon dioxide has increased. They describe carbon dioxide as being a fertilizer. This has been understood for at least 100 years. March 17, 1922, German scientist Dr. Riedel said the world's greatest problem is that there was not enough carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. He said that fertilizing the air with carbon dioxide would be a more efficient and cheaper way of increasing the crops than treating the ground with manures. Anyone who's visited a natural history museum knows that the Earth was very verdant in the past when carbon dioxide levels were much higher. And in fact, the greatest expansion of life on Earth occurred 540 million years ago when carbon dioxide was right at its peak, 15 times higher than now. In their October 1974 magazine, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration printed this article. They wrote, "Many climatologists have associated this drought and other recent weather anomalies with a global cooling trend and changes in atmospheric circulation, which, if prolonged, pose serious threats to major food-producing regions of the world." In India, before the global warming trend of 1890 to 1940, severe drought struck about once every 4 years. With the warming, however, and more abundant monsoon rains, drought came only once every 18 years or so, greatly increasing India's grain production. And they also wrote, "A study of the past reveals that the Earth's climate is highly variable. Indeed, that variability is one of its fundamental characteristics." There's absolutely no evidence supporting this nonsensical propaganda from Cambridge University. In fact, the available evidence shows the exact opposite of their mindless fearmongering. Toto has been pulling back the curtain on these frauds in academia, the press, and government for the past 14 years. You can visit him, Kyrie Caesar, Toki, and Upala on the web at realclimatescience.com.